Today we're going to see if we can hack the biometrics with nothing more than a little bit of fabric glue, graphite, and a little bit of plasticina. Now this safe has been featured on the Lockpicking Lawyer, and we all know how that went.
What a total absolute piece of shit. Thanks for watching.
Now this safe is also closely related to this Onnais. Let me show you exactly how this lock went. Let me show you how this went with this tool. There we go. And let me show you how it goes with this little cord here. Stand just a basic level clippers. There you go. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic performance. So let's see if we can actually hack the biometrics. First we're gonna do is take this plasticina and I'm gonna cut it up so I can get some fingerprint molds here. So let's get started here. Let's cut this down here. Now I take some of this information from online where I'm not sure if it was a company or college, they hacked into the biometrics on a cell phones, like had an 80% success rate. So they're the ones that recommended the fabric glue and some of this graphite. They also had aluminum powder, but I couldn't quite find any of that. So we'll just use some glue and some graphite. So we're just gonna make some impressions of my fingerprint, and we'll try different variations of graphite and or just some. We'll start off with like maybe pure glue. We'll mix some graphite in. We'll maybe have thicker molds, thinner molds. We're gonna try a bunch of different things here. We'll also try some Silly Putty as well. Let me get something that's flat surface for that. We'll use this to try to do a molding material out of. If you all have any, requests on some materials that you would like to see hack biometric sensors, recommend it below. I'll try it out. I think I'm gonna try some Elmer's glue next, see if that works. So let's flatten this here. We'll have a mold for that. Let's get the Silly Putty here. We'll see if this can make a good mold material as well. So let's flatten that. Get up here. All right. Let's get to making the actual impressions here. Now this is the finger I've been using. Just go in here. I'm going to smash them in there like that. Like I'm being fingerprinted. Haven't had to do that since my gun license, and that's the only time I've ever been fingerprinted. So, and that's a fact. So here we go. So this Onnais safe, this is one of the cheaper biometric safes I have. So this safe is also closely related to the Onnais or such safe. I'll show you that here. Where is it at? So this safe here, this is a Nero, I mean. So the Onnais and the Nero, they're very closely related. Now this safe, the only difference between these two safes is this one allows you to stack the same fingerprint over and over again. And this one only allows you to put in that one fingerprint per finger. So you can't double stack, triple stack your fingerprints, which is actually very, very helpful for these cheap biometrics to be able to stack your fingerprints. It helps you safe to better read your finger, but I'll test for that later to see if that makes a difference with performance. So let's get some more impressions. There we go. One more here. It's actually pretty stiff. This plasticine is pretty stiff stuff. All right, so let's do an impression in the Play-Doh. This being quite a bit softer. And let's try the Silly Putty here. Imagine that's even flatter now. All right, there we go. So let's get to putting some glue in a few of these. We'll do the graphite on a few of them. Now the graphite, I'm not sure. I'll have to read that article again online. It might be for safes that have more protections on there. I'm not sure exactly how the graphite helps or whatnot, but for now, we'll just try to use this glue. But we'll be mixing in some graphite here in a second. There we go. There's one print. So this is pure glue here. So here we go. Try. Just gotta do some pure glue on the. I don't need a spoon just yet. I'll use it for the graphite. Quite a bit of glue there. It's like a cooking show, but trying to hack into a little biometric safe. Now I plan on doing many tests. I have many different biometric safes that I plan on doing tests with. Various degrees of everything from vein detection on some of them to they have heat detection. I imagine there's way better biometric scanners than this. Say anything from Verify to Vault-Tec. So I'll be testing all these sensors. I got a Barska safe. We'll test that as well. Let's get a few more. Let's go a little thinner on these here. Let's just go a little nice and thin coating on this one here. Thinner at least. There we go. So this is just fabric glue. This is what they said that worked on these cell phones. So now we're going to do, let's move over to some graphite now. So that's why I had the spoon originally. We'll mix in just a little bit of graphite. I'm not sure exactly what this would be for, but we'll just do it anyways. That's too much graphite. Let's just mix this in. Alright, there we go. We'll go a little bit harder on the graphite here in a second, just to get a bunch of different variations. Do a little bit more graphite. It's like a cooking show, weird cooking show here. So let's hope this works, because I have a lot of safes to test. I also plan on doing destructive pry testing on everything you see as well, so all my safes will be destroyed. I'll put up on the screen the Onnais safe that I did a pry test on, destructive pry test. I'll show you exactly how that performed here. As you can see, 13 seconds. Honestly, I could probably get into it way quicker. It's the first time I actually done a pry test, so I could probably half that time quite easily as well. So very, very easy safe to pry into. More like a little lockbox than a safe. Alright, so let's go ahead and just let this dry, and we'll get these little molds out here, see what happens. I let them all set overnight, so let's go ahead and take them out of their molds here. Start off with this one. It's actually sticking to the table pretty good, so we'll see how this one turned out. I will probably have to trim these up pretty good here, but let's see here. Very nice. Came out pretty dang clean too, so see if we can get a close up, and there's the fingerprint there. So we'll save that one here. Let's get the next one. So that one's just pure glue pretty much. This is another pure glue. See how this one comes out. Perfect. These look absolutely fantastic. Very clean. So there you go. Try another one. This is a very, very thin amount of glue on this one, so it's just a very light mixture here. See if we can get this out without tearing it. Wow, this is very, very thin. But this might be useful on some, but this might be too thin. Wow. Let's see if we can save this one. Alright, let's see here. Let's see, maybe on that one. We'll try it. This one has a little bit of graphite on it here. Just a small amount of mixture. Graphite's probably not going to be important for this very simple scanner. I'm not sure. The graphite might be more for more complex sensors. I'm not quite sure. Like I said before, I didn't get the aluminum powder, so, but I do have some graphite in some of these to see if it makes any difference, especially as I start testing other safes. We'll see if the graphite has any properties that help open these safes. This one has a lot of graphite. It's a lot of glue. So these are coming out real nice though. I have made spares too. The spares I actually made over here. I left them in the mold for like 2 or 3 days, and the plasticina really stuck to the fingerprints. So these are coming out a lot nicer than those did. I had to really wash them a lot to get the plasticina off. So if you do this, you know, leave it on for like a day. Do not leave it any longer than that, or it will start sticking to the plasticina, and that causes a big mess. So just a pro tip there if you're trying to biohack your own safes. So let's see here. Just a friendly reminder from your friendly neighborhood thief. Alright, this one's pretty thin. Pretty nice little fingerprint on that. Turned out well. So let's get over here. This is the Play-Doh. This one was really thick on the Silly Putty, so I'm not even sure if it's fully dry in all places, but we'll see here. Let's get this Play-Doh out here. See what happened. Yeah, it's definitely sticking. I have to wash this one pretty good to wash off all that. I'm not even sure if it dried. That's probably like too much glue in that one. It's probably gonna be too much glue in this one too. I'm gonna let that dry. It's still wet. I used way too much glue in that. I do have a backup for that anyways, so we'll be fine in that. And that one was still wet too. This one's no good. Alright, so we do have some pretty good ones here. Turned out pretty well, pretty clean. And we have backups as well. So I have a backup also for the Play-Doh and the Silly Putty, so don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and wash off some of these, and we'll get right back to it. Alright, we got everything ready to go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good ones. This is the Play-Doh and the Silly Putty. We'll try those out here in a second. So let's start off first with this very nice, pretty much all glue, pretty thick. I'll show you the print on there. So let's get that lined up. We'll use this middle finger, as you see here. This is not gonna register. Fortunately, the safe is not gonna lock us out, so we can attempt as many times as we want. There we go. It works. And that is just the all glue one. Let's try. It's not the best print here. It's good print, but it's a little wonky over here. Very thin, some graphite mixed in. Let's see if we can get this to work. We'll make some attempts on this one. Hopefully we can get it to pop. Ah, there we go. Got that to work. Let's try this thicker graphite. Nice print on there, as you can see. So let's see if we can actually get this to pop with this one. There we go. Here we go. Alright, run right through these. I think this is another. Did I just? Alright, this is another pretty much all glue, good print. I think this is easily gonna work. And it does. Alright, we're doing pretty good here. So let's try this. This is not the best one. Pretty thin, just a small amount of graphite, and I'm pretty sure that's the greatest print though. Ah, there we go. Everything's working, as you'll see here. The finger does not work. So let's try this Play-Doh. As you'll see there, it did a good job, but we'll see if this messes anything up. Huh. So far, this is not working. So far, your kids are safe. They can't use Play-Doh or Silly Putty. Later on, I want to try some Elmer's glue to see if we can get Elmer's glue to actually do this. That'd be interesting to see if that would work. So, that's not working. Let's try the Silly Putty. And as you can see there, it has a decent fingerprint. It's a little bit wonky, but we'll try it anyways. Oops. Try it around. Get this lined up. Here we go. Ah! Got the Silly Putty to work. So maybe your kids aren't safe after all. But, so yeah, it's pretty good results. Now we plan on testing a lot more safes. Anything here from a Sentry Safe biometric scanner. We'll see if that works. And we also have a Verify. Things like the Verify, I think it's supposed to have like vein detection or heat seeking, whatever. So we'll see if we'll be able to fool any of these safes. Maybe that's when the graphite comes into play with the more high-end things. So, until next time, we'll see you then.